Ah, yes, there are some problem cards developing within the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. And make sure you guys smash the crap out of that Prohibition DD Designator button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. You know, with being able to look at your opponent's hand with Rotary, you would figure that people would start to realize, oh, hey, hand knowledge is one of the most broken parts of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. And now people realize that. That's why people were bringing in DD Designators to actually, snipe cards out of the opponent's hand with that hand knowledge. Well, they figured out that they can go further beyond just the standard DD Designator. They realized, oh, hey, we can actually play things like Prohibition and just do what Mind Scan does, which just locks that card stuck in your hand, and you can't really do anything with it because it's now Prohibition locked. And that is a massively annoying problem that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game is actually facing right now, which is funny. The thing with this game is hand knowledge has become so problematic throughout the years that being able just to peek into your opponent's hand with like a pointer of the Red Lotus, for example, it was very, very devastating just to be able to do that. And now we've learned yet again that making a card like Mind Scan that can actually do what Prohibition does, but also being able to constantly peek into the hand and, getting one special, once per turn shut off of an effect is also particularly insane. That's been the problem with this. It's been Mind Scan, Mind Scan, Mind Scan, but it's also becoming the cards that you can also see along in combination with this just to cause you problems. So yes, DD Designator and Prohibition are becoming two of those cards that you're going to look at and you're going to go, oh boy, I certainly can't wait to see interactions involving these cards. Which brings us to Typhoon. Now, Typhoon, I think, is one of the cards that actually is providing us with actual hope for the game. Now, when I say this, it's because of the way that Tunes and Mind Scan actually are, and it's very appropriate that we're bringing this one up directly afterwards, because Tunes are this insanely stupid deck. Hand knowledge, build a field with, a detonator that gets like 7 ka-chows, and, 7 punches, and, there are problems with this theory of being able just to watch these monsters kind of ka-chow punch through things. It's been very annoying, to say the least. But Typhoon allows you a counterplay to the Toon deck. It allows you to go, oh, hey, you have a field spell up on the field, and you now have your second face-up spell and trap card on the field, which is going to be the Mind Scan. So we can actually use the Typhoon to either disrupt the Mind Scan to shut your opponent off from getting the hand-peeking knowledge, or you can try to go play with their field spell and take it out. While one of these options is typically better than the other at providing you with a tool set to stop these options, Typhoon has now become a quick play card. Well, it's a trap card that was already acting as a quick play from the hand. We have a tool card that allows us some counterplay, and that is wonderful. Getting certain cards that can provide you with tools to offset particularly broken things that the opponent's trying to do. And I mean, like, this isn't the first time you've seen Typhoon coming up. We've seen this card time and time again being one of the ones in the back of your mind that you're like, well, if there comes a situation where, we can actually reliably use Typhoon to be able to, push through something, then it in itself is kind of worth it. Which brings us to Deck Lockdown. Deck Lockdown has been showing up a little bit more in side decks, just to be able to provide you with a solution to locking down the deck. Now, Deck Lockdown also has some other interesting characteristics about it. The fact that it has a self-built-in destruction effect, I think, is one of the more interesting downsides to this card. Well, I guess it should be a helpful upside, because if the card actually were to like pop itself right away, then it wouldn't be worth it. But it's the fact that, like the rain you hear outside for this video, being able to make it so that neither player can add from their deck to their hand except by drawing it, and you cannot special summon from the main deck? That's crazy. All right, so you guys hear that, right? That's all of the sounds of the weldering tears of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist everywhere, crying about the fact that they can't resolve a search. Oh, Thunder Dragon Colossus called? You know, Moshi Moshi, hello, it's me, the unsearchable guy. I'm here to tell you guys, a continuous spell card like this that also makes it so monsters cannot be special summoned from the main deck. The fact that that card has that clause locked on it, I think actually helps it out a lot more. Double-sided floodgate conditional punishment clauses, as we're going to call this, are wonderful at controlling the game. It's that sort of stuff that I think really helps out. And obviously, we're in an era where you have to find every sort of possible floodgate that you can find to try to control the situation. And Deck Lockdown does something that we love in Ancient Yu-Gi-Oh! It allows you to actually have double-purposing tools to actually control the game. Which brings us to what's not happening outside right now, a Heat Wave. Heat Wave as a card has kind of begun to break the game in some aspects. Players have realized, oh, hey, I can just go first or my opponent, like, I want to go second to be able to, like, play the game. All right, so if my opponent's going to make me go first and I go, ka-chow, Heat Wave, the opponent goes, oh, I just got played. Because Heat Wave, I would not be surprised to see this card get banned eventually. This card is very dangerous in the current sense of things because it's allowing for what we're going to call bad plays to happen. It's allowing for these situations where you can just set up a bad field and just get rewarded for it. You know what a bad field is? Nothing. All right? It's a card that goes against the way that the game wants to play right now. Konami wants to promote a game where, you know, there's interactivity back and forth. You know, you're getting this chance to be able to play the game that you love. But Heat Wave just forces both of us to passively take a turn. It's one day of peace that does not allow the opponent to build a field. Now, you can be like, well, Robbie, Heat Wave, nobody's playing normal monsters. I understand exactly what Heat Wave says. All right, I've read all of the bad cards and all of the ideas that we can look at with this card. But the point of reality with this card is, it's not worth it to like go into this format and not expect to see this card. I think you should be very afraid of what Heat Wave is doing because it's a free turn skip against you. It's a card that just says, hey, sayonara. Thanks for letting me go first, buddy. All right, I guess the counterplay to Heat Wave is to Heat Wave your opponent back, right? Imagine both players go Heat Wave, and you're just like, yeah. That's a thing that could happen. And then we have Silent Graveyard. Discard a card. The effects that activate in the graveyard this turn are negated. Now this is pretty costly. I mean, it is a discard one, and it does seal both graveyards. This isn't a case of just your graveyard getting shut off. No. This is both players are going to be losing access to their graveyards, which is kind of an interesting gimmick, but it's also a quick play. So you could wait for a stack up of effects that activate on a chain, for example, and then you slam Silent Graveyard down, and then congratulations, you just get to seal off everything that's trying to build up in this chain. Now, is that, you know, fair? I didn't say this was fair. I said these are problematic cards that have been developing in current trends that, you know, need to be answered. And Silent Graveyard, once again, it's floodgate conditions that are coming down on this. Now, Silent Graveyard is like the least of the offenders here. It's a great card that we've been seeing pop up a little bit more as the meta has kind of shifted around into all sorts of different directions. You know, you have to find answers in every sort of situation to be able to, you know, find that perfect counterplay. And Silent Graveyard does kind of scratch some of those more unique aspects of things. So what do you guys kind of think about these cards? Please, you know, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.